Boys, stop. I said stop. Stop! All I hear are crazy rumors of brawls with flaming punches and freezing kicks. Absolute nonsense, right? But I get to school, and what do I find? Complete chaos, with you two beating each other over it.
But it's all true, Mr. Lopez. Well, not everything, because Eli here keeps bending the facts. He's been brainwashed ever since joining Cobra Kai.
Shut up, Miyagi nerd. Do you want another fist to the nose?
Enough! Look, unless you're looking for a suspension, stop yelling, stop fighting, and start making sense. Now, from the beginning.
Hello and welcome to Mark's Gaming Den Cobra Kai review. It's a pretty decent game actually. I was expecting a lot less from it. So at the beginning you can choose between the two dojos, which is pretty cool. So to actually get to the full achievements on this game you need to play it through twice. One for each dojo. Now the one thing that I will say to kick it off with is the presentation is very, very cartoony. Very arcadey, but that arcadiness actually looks pretty decent. I feel this is one of those games that reminds me of, it's like Streets of Rage. So it's very similar to the Streets of Rage games, side-scrolling beat 'em up game. But the difference here is it has the characters from the TV show of Cobra Kai, hence the tie-in. As you progress through the game, you unlock more characters. Depending on which dojo you're using, you play as different characters, and each character has their own set of special moves and normal moves that they can do, and you can tag them in at any time, and each one is completely different. They have different moves, some are quicker than others, so depending on the battles, some will be better than others. But what I really like about it as well is that it uses the voice actors from the TV show as well. And it does it in a very cheesy way with the sensei Johnny Lawrence doing his quiet and his various other sayings. It's just a good little bit of fan service, really. I've played the game only for a couple of hours, I haven't finished it yet, but my overall feel of it is that it's a really fun game and worth the price of entry. If you're a fan of just side-scrolling beat-em-ups, really, it's probably one of those games that's been overlooked, to be quite honest with you, because, as we all know, TV show and movie tie-in games are usually subpar, to be quite honest. But this actually stands out on its own. It's available on all platforms as well, which is quite nice, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm actually having a lot more fun with this than the recent Streets of Rage game. I found the late Streets of Rage game a bit too hard. Call me a nub all you want. This is actually a little bit easier, and I like the variety of the characters. As you're going through the levels, they're all the levels from the TV series, but it's his own little story as well. So it isn't, so you're not going to get bored because you already know the story. You know all the characters, and that's really, really cool. So as you're progressing through the different stages, you have your usual, you have your different enemies that you're gonna fight. You got the skeletons from the original Karate Kid, they pop up, and you've got these other kind of street punks. The boss battles that come up throughout the game are the kind of the bosses that you would see in the TV show, which is quite cool. And it's just a really fun game. I think it's really, really cool. As you progress through the game as well, you can upgrade all your characters separately using coins that are dropped by the enemies that you defeat. So these upgrades include different moves that you can get for all your characters, and then subsequently you then upgrade those moves to make them more powerful and faster, etc., which is really, really cool. Throughout the game as well, you can pick up weapons, which are quite handy because they deal a lot of damage. So there's a lot of variety of special moves throughout the game. You use your left or right trigger, and you can use the X, A, Y or B button if you're using the Xbox, and obviously on PlayStation it'll be triangle, circle, X or square. I'm playing it on the PC and using an Xbox controller. The game overall is a lot of fun, and I would say get it. It's actually a lot more deep than what I initially thought, because when I initially saw some gameplay of it, I thought, it's just a really goofy looking spin-off of the TV series, but at its core it's quite a deep side-scrolling beat 'em up, which I would say is on par with the Streets of Rage games, to be quite honest with you. It's a lot of fun, and I'm really enjoying it. It's one that I actually recommend now. You can pick it up for £16 on Steam, which I think is a pretty decent price, and I believe it's about £20 on the consoles. I would give it a Mark's Gaming Den seal of approval of a 8 out of 10.